Ladies, let me tell you something straight up. If you want to be treated like a queen, you've got to act like one. And I'm not talking about sitting pretty and waiting for someone to hand you a crown. I'm talking about stepping into your power, standing tall, and commanding respect in the way you live, speak, and carry yourself. Ladies, I need you to hear me loud and clear. You are worth it. Not because someone says you are, not because you're in a relationship, not because you checked all the boxes society handed you. You're worth it simply because you exist. And the moment you start believing that, truly believing it, everything changes. When you own your worth, you stop seeking validation from the wrong places. You stop settling for crumbs when you deserve the whole feast. Let me say this: confidence is not arrogance. Confidence is walking into a room and knowing you don't have to prove anything to anyone. It's that quiet, unshakable assurance that says, I am enough as I am, and I am growing every day. Owning your worth means refusing to play small. You don't dim your light because someone else is uncomfortable. If a man or anyone can't handle your shine, that's not your problem, it's theirs. Stop apologizing for being bold. Stop apologizing for taking up space. A queen doesn't tiptoe around her kingdom, she walks with purpose. Let's talk about how this looks in real life. Owning your worth means knowing when to say no. It means recognizing that you don't have to accept anything less than respect and appreciation. If someone is treating you like an option, you remind them you are the prize. You don't chase, you don't beg, and you don't explain yourself to people who don't deserve to hear your voice. It's about recognizing your talents, your beauty, your intelligence, all the things that make you uniquely you. You're not a copy, you're the original. And when you start to see yourself that way, people will notice. It's magnetic, it's irresistible. A woman who owns her worth doesn't have to scream for attention, her presence alone commands it. But here's the thing, owning your worth is a daily practice. Some days you'll feel unstoppable. Other days the doubts will creep in. That's normal. The key is to catch those moments and remind yourself who you are. Stand in front of the mirror, look yourself in the eye, and say, I am enough. Say it until you believe it. When you own your worth, you set the standard for how others treat you. A man can't treat you like a queen if you're walking around like a servant in your own life. Stop waiting for someone else to crown you. Put that crown on yourself. Stand tall, lift your head, and move like the world belongs to you, because it does. Ladies, the moment you start showing the world how much you value yourself, you'll notice something amazing. The right people will step up and the wrong ones will fall away. That's the power of owning your worth. It's not just about what you attract, it's about what you allow into your life. Let me ask you this, are you ready to own your worth? Not just talk about it, but live it. Because when you do, trust me, men will see it, they will feel it. And they will treat you like the queen you were always meant to be. Ladies, let's talk about boundaries, because without them, you're handing over the keys to your kingdom. A queen rules her domain, and that starts with knowing exactly where the lines are drawn. If you don't set clear boundaries, you're leaving it up to others to decide how they treat you. And let's be honest, if you don't value your own limits, no one else will. Setting boundaries isn't about being mean or difficult, it's about self-respect. It's about showing the world that you know your worth and you're not afraid to protect it. Let's keep it real. When you say yes to everything and everyone, you're saying no to yourself. Stop that. A queen knows her energy is precious and not everyone gets a piece of it. Here's the thing about boundaries. They're not just rules you toss out to other people. They're promises you make to yourself. You're saying, this is what I will accept and this is what I won't tolerate. And once you decide that, you stick to it. No wavering, no excuses, no second chances for blatant disrespect. Now let's talk examples. You're in a relationship and the man in your life starts speaking to you in a way that doesn't sit right, condescending, dismissive, maybe even downright disrespectful. Here's what you do. You address it immediately. You don't let it slide. You say, I don't appreciate being spoken to that way. If we're going to have a relationship, mutual respect is non-negotiable, period. No yelling, no drama, just calm, clear communication. And guess what? If he doesn't respect that boundary, you don't shrink yourself or beg for better treatment. You walk away because you're not in the business of teaching grown adults how to behave. You're in the business of building a life that honors you. Boundaries also mean protecting your time. Not every phone call deserves an immediate answer. Not every text needs a response at 2 a.m. You set the tone for how accessible you are. A man who values you will respect your time, and the ones who don't, they'll weed themselves out, and that's a blessing. Here's the kicker: boundaries aren't just about what you say, they're about what you do. If you tell someone this is a deal breaker and then let them cross that line without consequence, you're sending a message that your boundaries are optional. And let me tell you, optional boundaries aren't boundaries at all. They're suggestions. I know some of you might be thinking, but won't setting boundaries push people away? Maybe. But here's the truth: the wrong people will leave and the right ones will step up. A man who's worthy of your time and attention won't just respect your boundaries, he'll admire you for having them. Boundaries are a form of self-love. They're a way of saying, I care about myself enough to protect my peace, my energy, and my happiness. And here's the magic: when you set those boundaries, you're teaching others how to love and respect you in the way you deserve. Ladies, stop feeling guilty for saying no. Stop apologizing for putting yourself first. A queen doesn't let the wrong people run her life. She sets the rules and expects everyone in her kingdom to follow them. And if they can't, well, they can see themselves out. Let today be the day you draw your lines in the sand. Speak up. Stand firm. Protect your throne. Because when you set clear boundaries, you're not just asking to be treated like a queen, you're demanding it. And trust me, the right people will rise to meet your standards. Ladies, let's get into something powerful: authentic communication. If you want to be treated like a queen, you need to speak like one. No beating around the bush, no sugarcoating, no pretending to be someone you're not. A queen doesn't mince her words, she speaks her truth clearly, confidently, and unapologetically. Here's the deal: authentic communication isn't just about saying what's on your mind, it's about saying it in a way that commands respect. A queen knows that her words have power, so she uses them wisely. She doesn't waste time with games, manipulation, or passive-aggressive hints. She speaks directly with grace and intention, making it clear that she values honesty and expects the same in return. Let's break this down. Imagine you're in a relationship and something is bothering you. Maybe he's not putting in the effort you deserve, or he's crossing boundaries you've set. What do? You say something. You don't let it fester. You don't wait for him to read your mind. You sit him down, look him in the eye, and say, this isn't working for me, and here's why. You might think, what if he doesn't like what I have to say? Well, here's the truth: a man who can't handle your honesty isn't the man for you. Authentic communication is a filter. It separates the ones who value you from the ones who don't. And trust me, the right man will respect you more for speaking your truth. But here's the key: how you say it matters just as much as what you say. A queen doesn't yell to be heard or demand attention. She speaks calmly but firmly. She doesn't attack or blame. She expresses her feelings and needs in a way that invites understanding. For example, instead of saying, you never care about my feelings, you say, when you dismiss how I feel, it makes me feel unimportant. I need us to work on that. See the difference? One opens a door for connection, the other shuts it down. Now, Let me tell you what authentic communication is not. It's not pretending to be okay when you're not. It's not saying yes when you want to say no. It's not holding back your feelings because you're afraid of rejection. Queens don't suppress their voices to make others comfortable. They speak their minds because they know their feelings matter. And let's talk about vulnerability because that's a big part of being authentic. It's scary, I know, but showing your true self, flaws and all, is one of the most powerful things you can do. When you say, "This is who I am, take it or leave it," you're not just communicating, you're leading. You're showing the world that you're confident in who you are, and that's magnetic. Authentic communication also means knowing when to listen. Yes, queens listen too. It's not just about being heard, it's about creating space for open, honest dialogue. When you truly listen, you're showing that you value the other person's perspective, and in turn, they'll value yours. But let's be clear, authentic communication doesn't mean you'll always get the response you want. And that's okay. You're not speaking your truth to control the outcome, you're doing it to honor yourself. If someone doesn't respect your honesty, that's their problem, not yours. Ladies, let's stop holding back. Stop worrying about being too much or not enough. Your voice is your power. Use it. Speak your truth with confidence, kindness, and clarity. A queen doesn't ask for respect. She commands it simply by the way she communicates. The next time you feel like holding back or sugarcoating your truth, remember this: your authenticity is your superpower. Speak it, live it, and watch how the world, especially the men in your life, starts treating you like the queen you are. Let's talk about the power of combining confidence and kindness. This combination, it's unstoppable. It's the secret sauce that makes people stop, take notice, and treat you with the respect you deserve. Confidence alone is magnetic, but when you pair it with kindness, it becomes something that leaves a lasting impression. Confidence is more than just how you look or act, it's how you feel about yourself on the inside. It's the energy you carry, the way you walk into a room like you own it, and the way you speak with authority and self-assurance. A woman who radiates confidence doesn't need to scream for attention. Her presence alone says, "I am worthy of being here." But confidence isn't about being arrogant or unapproachable. It's not about tearing others down to build yourself up. True confidence comes from within, and it's unshaken by outside opinions. When you know who you are and what you bring to the table, you don't need anyone else to validate you. You don't shrink yourself to fit in, and you certainly don't let anyone make you feel less than you are. Now let's add kindness to the mix. Kindness doesn't mean you're a pushover or that you let people walk all over you. It's about showing compassion and understanding even when you're standing firm. A confident woman can say no and still be gracious. She can demand respect without being rude. Kindness doesn't weaken your confidence, it amplifies it. Think about this: people gravitate toward those who make them feel good about themselves. When you carry yourself with confidence and treat others with kindness, you create an energy that people want to be around. It's not just about how you look or what you say, it's about how you make others feel in your presence. Men especially are drawn to women who embody this balance. They admire a woman who knows her worth but also has a warm, approachable nature. Confidence makes them respect you, and kindness makes them feel safe and connected to you. Together, these qualities make you unforgettable. Let's bring this into real life. Picture this: you're out with friends and someone tries to test your boundaries or make a snarky comment. A confident woman doesn't shrink back or get defensive. She smiles, holds her ground, and responds with grace. That's power. That's a woman who knows she doesn't have to stoop to anyone's level to prove her worth. And let's be honest, confidence and kindness go hand in hand because one fuels the other. When you're kind to yourself, you naturally radiate confidence. When you take care of your mind, body, and spirit, it shows in how you carry yourself. And when you're confident, you have no problem spreading kindness to others because you're secure enough not to see everyone as competition. Here's the truth: people will test you. They'll try to shake your confidence or mistake your kindness for weakness. Don't let them. Confidence isn't about being the loudest or toughest, it's about being unshaken. And kindness? That's your secret weapon. It disarms negativity and shows the world that strength and compassion can coexist. When you radiate this combination, you set the standard for how others treat you. A man can't help but notice a woman who walks into a room with her head held high, greets others with a genuine smile, and speaks with a voice that commands attention without demanding it. He sees her as someone worth respecting, worth cherishing, worth treating like a queen. This energy isn't something you fake, it's something you build. It's a choice you make every day in how you show up for yourself and for others. Confidence and kindness are habits, not traits. They're muscles you strengthen every time you choose self-respect and compassion over fear and insecurity. Step into your day with a quiet power that speaks louder than words. Hold your head high, let your actions reflect your confidence, and let your kindness leave an impression that people can't ignore. This is how you command respect. This is how you inspire admiration. And this is how you show the world and every man in it that you are a queen. Let's get into something life-changing, focusing on your self-growth. Nothing transforms your life, your relationships, and how you're treated more than committing to your own growth. When you prioritize becoming the best version of yourself, everything else falls into place. The way you see yourself changes, the way others see you changes, and the way you experience life becomes richer and more fulfilling. Self-growth starts with one thing: taking responsibility for your life. You don't wait for someone else to fix things for you. You don't sit around hoping circumstances will improve on their own. You take the reins. Growth happens when you decide to invest in yourself, not just your appearance or career, but your mind, your heart, and your soul. This is about asking yourself the hard questions. Who do you want to be? What kind of life do you want to create? What areas of your life need work? It's not about beating yourself up for where you are right now. It's about seeing your potential and choosing to go after it. When you focus on self-growth, you stop relying on others to complete you. You don't need validation from a partner, a friend, or anyone else because you're building your confidence from the inside out. That kind of independence is powerful. It's the kind of energy that draws people to you, the kind that commands respect without you even saying a word. Let's be real, growth isn't always comfortable. It requires you to step outside your comfort zone and face parts of yourself you might have been avoiding. It might mean letting go of toxic habits, people, or mindsets that no longer serve you. But here's the thing: every time you grow, you're shedding layers of fear, doubt, and insecurity, revealing the strong, radiant person you've always been underneath. Self-growth also means surrounding yourself with the right energy. The people you keep around you matter. If you're spending time with people who drain you, doubt you, or discourage you, it's time to set boundaries. Invest your time and energy in people who inspire you, challenge you, and celebrate your growth. And let's talk about the daily habits that fuel growth. Growth isn't about one big leap, it's about consistent small steps. It's about reading the books, listening to the podcast, taking the courses, and showing up every single day with a mindset of improvement. It's about making choices that align with the person you want to become. When you're focused on your growth, you also start to see challenges differently. You don't see setbacks as failures, you see them as lessons. Every experience, good or bad, becomes an opportunity to learn and level up. That kind of perspective doesn't just build resilience, it builds a deep, unshakable confidence. Here's the thing, when you focus on growing yourself, you inspire others to do the same. People can feel it when you're working on yourself. They see the changes, the glow, the way you carry yourself differently. Men, in particular, are drawn to a woman who is focused on her growth because it shows that she values herself enough to keep evolving. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. Self-growth also brings clarity. As you grow, you start to see what you truly want in life and in relationships. You stop settling for less because you know what you deserve. And when you stop accepting the bare minimum, you attract people and opportunities that match your worth. Focusing on your growth doesn't mean you have to have everything figured out. Growth is a lifelong journey, not a destination. It's about waking up each day and asking yourself, how can I be better than I was yesterday? It's about celebrating your wins, no matter how small, and being kind to yourself as you navigate the process. This is how you build a foundation of self-respect and self-love. This is how you set the standard for how others treat you. When you prioritize your growth, you send a message to the world that you are not stagnant, that you are a queen in progress, and that you are committed to living a life that reflects your worth. Your growth is your power. Invest in it, protect it, and let it shine for everyone to see. When you do this, you won't just be treated like a queen, you'll feel like one every single day. Ladies, everything we've talked about today comes down to one thing: how you see yourself is how the world will see you. When you own your worth, set clear boundaries, communicate authentically, radiate confidence and kindness, and focus on your self-growth, you send a powerful message: you are a queen and you deserve to be treated like one. This isn't about waiting for someone to come along and give you the love or respect you've been craving. It's about creating that foundation within yourself. It's about knowing you're enough just as you are and refusing to settle for anything less than you deserve. When you carry yourself with that energy, people can't help but notice. The right kind of people, whether it's a romantic partner, friends, or even colleagues, will rise to meet your standards. They'll treat you with the love, respect, and care that you've already cultivated within yourself. Because when you treat yourself like royalty, the world has no choice but to follow your lead. So, take what you've learned here today and apply it to your life. Start making those small, intentional changes. Start showing up for yourself in ways you never have before. You don't need anyone's permission to step into your power. That crown is yours. Wear it boldly and unapologetically. This is your life, your throne, your legacy. Own it, live it. Be the queen you were always meant to be.